First tonight on Fox, we have exclusive video tonight of someone spraying graffiti at a downtown mosque. The nation's largest Muslim civil rights and advocacy group wants Charleston police to consider the possibility of a bias motive. Fox 24's Rachel Ellis spoke with the group about their concerns. She has the latest. Rachel?
Bill, good evening. We told you yesterday about two separate incidents that happened about a week apart at the Islamic Center of Charleston. Right now, investigators call it a case of vandalism. Tonight, the Council on American Islamic Relations tells me cases like this one raises real concern.
When you have people, or if you have people in your community who hold bigoted views, often it moves beyond vandalism to other kinds of incidents.
The nationwide Muslim and civil rights advocacy group says graffiti on a wall could turn into something more serious.
Given the fact that we've seen so many incidents targeting mosques, churches, synagogues, Sikh temples and other houses of worship around the country, we just thought it was important law enforcement authorities at least consider the possibility of a bias motive when they're doing the investigation.
Charleston police weren't available for an on-camera interview, but they tell us while they're investigating the incidents as vandalism, they're not ruling anything out. In the meantime, detectives say they've allocated extra resources to the area. The Council on American Islamic Relations noted that South Carolina doesn't have hate crime legislation, but Charleston passed a hate intimidation ordinance in 2018.
A police report we received today shows there's about $500 in damages from that vandalism. We checked with police about vandalism at the Central Mosque of Charleston. They say no suspects have been identified. Surveillance video shows 3 suspects vandalizing the mosque on 2 different days in January, the 19th and the 30th. The Council on American Islamic Relations asked law enforcement to investigate for a possible bias motive.
Video tonight of someone spraying graffiti at a downtown mosque.
The nation's largest Muslim civil rights and advocacy group wants Charleston police to consider the possibility of a bias motive.
Tonight, the Council on American Islamic Relations tell me cases like this one raises real concern.
A Charleston student got more than a bad grade today. 18-year-old Haley Riddle is charged with spray painting graffiti on the side of the Islamic Center of Charleston last month. She appeared in court today, and our Ann Emerson was the only reporter in that room and spoke exclusively with family and their attorney.
We make a big deal out of small situations. It's just a little bit of paint on the side of a mosque.
That's Michael Griffin. He attends the mosque across the street from the Islamic Center of Charleston.
I don't think she needs to spend any time in jail. We know how much it costs to incarcerate people, and there's really no long-term benefit in her going to jail just for a little bit of spray paint on the side of a building.
Police say Riddle spray painted this message on the side of the building. Police charged Riddle with malicious injury to a place of worship, but her attorney told ABC News 4 exclusively there was nothing malicious about it.
I want the community to understand that what she spray painted was utterly blessed in pink and purple writing. It was in no way a derogatory term.
He says he knows because he immediately polygraphed Riddle 3 times as soon as he took her case.
She had no intent to deface a religious center. We polygraphed her on that very issue. She had no idea before or during this incident that it was the Islamic Center or place of worship.
Today, the judge gave Riddle a $5,000 surety bond, an act that Riddle's attorney said was entirely appropriate.
We left a message for the Islamic Center but have not heard back yet. We also spoke to the Council on American Islamic Relations. They thanked police for the swift and professional actions and welcomed this arrest.
And that's about as much of an apology as you're ever going to get from the Council on American Islamic Relations.